What's going on, everyone? Zach here, and I am super excited. Today is a new thing. I have a special guest appearance. Everyone say hello to my friend Chris.
Hello, everyone.
Hopefully you had a good drive down here.
Definitely. Beautiful weather, no speeding tickets.
Ooh, lead foot like me?
A little bit.
Yeah. I know the feeling well on that. So we're gonna do something new and exciting for the Sounds of Snares today. Chris has brought us 3 absolutely beautiful special snare drums, and we're gonna do a 3-part segment talking about each one individually, do some photos, do some talking, because there is some amazing information about these things, and then we'll do some playing with them too. But before we start that, Chris, why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Thanks for having me, Zach.
Oh,
appreciate it.
Excited.
My name's Chris Scarberry. I'm a veteran of the United States Army Bands program, and I've got a bachelor's and master's from Marshall University in Huntington, West Virginia. Both my degrees are in music performance, but now I sit behind a desk.
I feel intimidated. I just got this tiny one, and you got 2.
Oh, hey.
And now I sit behind a desk.
Totally get it. But that's the only way I can afford to buy drums like this.
Well, you know, starving musician, that's a real thing.
Yes, definitely. So today I brought a Dynamicx Drums V-Tanium. This drum is titanium shell with a real wood veneer, and in this case it's Zebrawood.
I love me some Zebrawood.
Definitely. And I put Ovane Cole segmented hoops on it. This drum comes...
Say that 10 times fast.
Ovane Cole segmented hoops, Ovane Cole... Nope, can't do it.
That's a mouthful.
It is.
That's awesome.
It's a lot of words.
That's a lot. That's big words on this thing.
Yes, very true.
V-Tanium.
V-Tanium, yes. Veneered titanium. It comes from the Black Swamp Percussion company. This is their Dynamicx Drums drum set division. This drum, very warm, very versatile wood and metal combination drum. Here in the middle, we have the DW Drums Super Solid Edge. This particular one is cherry, walnut, cherry configuration, and it's 1/2-inch thickness, shell thickness. This one is one of the most innovative wood drums that we can own. This process for the Super Solids is actually artificially increasing the natural density of wood.
Wow.
Yes. We'll talk about the process a little bit more later, but there are lots of videos from the folks at DW and John Good, but I'll give you the shortened Cliff Notes version.
Sure. Awesome.
And then lastly here, it's the DW Drums Acoustic EQ. This drum has the sliding vents that we can adjust so that it's open or closed, and we'll show some more videos about that as well. But this one, it's only offered in 6x14, and every time I see folks from DW or I'm on video, I always ask for an 8-inch version, please.
8-inch. 8-inch. I also want to throw in a note, wife, that this is the snare drum, or a version of it that I tried to get my hands on. I was just recently at the Chicago Drum Expo that I go to every year. I love that. And they had one for sale. And she made me do an ultimatum of, you know, do you want this or do you want that? And I tried so hard. If I would have got my hands on it, we could be sitting here with 2 of them doing a comparison of just that. But she didn't budge.
I totally get it. I bought this one almost 20 years ago when I was an undergrad in college, and I had to eat ramen noodles for a while to be able to pay for it.
So out of all these 3, which one did you want to start with today?
We'll start left to right. We'll just go with the Dynamicx Drums V-Tanium. This is a lot of fun.
I loved it.
I love talking about drums because I'm a drum nerd.
How do you not love talking about drums?
Right, and you know, I spent so much time in like academia, like just being able to articulate all of these things. It's not easy for everyone.
You know, and it's tough. Like, even some of my drum friends, they don't, because I went to school for it too, you know, and when I studied percussion performance, it's like the little things change everything, and they matter. So like,
Definitely.
You know, the different woods and the different thicknesses, the different, you know, depths between them, the bearing edges.
The air holes that we've been talking about.
Yeah, the vent holes make a huge difference. The air holes, it's truly, it's not even a drum at some points. It's a masterful art form.
Absolutely.
To get that sound that you're looking for, and every snare drum has a purpose. This one may not be great for one thing, but it's going to be phenomenal at something else.
Right.
Where this one now, so like even like live, I don't do it myself, which is funny that I say it, but live, I love like a metal snare drum.
Sure. But
I still play a wood one, even though I want to play a metal one, because sometimes my OCD is like, well, this is the snare drum, and and I've got it cranked where I like it, but it's it's one of those things. So like this one versus these ones, recording versus live versus
definitely
jazz or rock, or it's amazing.
Yeah. So the Dynamicx V-Tanium is a very special, unique drum in that sense as well. It's got a titanium shell that's veneered in real wood. So it has the warmth of titanium, which is already the warmest metal, snare drum. But we wrap it in wood and it warms it up even more. And we'll hear a little bit of that later.
I think this snare drum is this is my soulmate of snare drums.
It's wild.
There's not a lot of people know this, but I suffered a horrific accident, and I almost lost my arm. I snapped my arm in half tumbling down a mountain snowboarding. I have 2 titanium plates and 8 screws and 4 surgeries to keep my left arm. And Zebrawood is one of my favorites personally. It's just awesome that my initials are ZZ, Zebra Z, but then it's just a beautiful finish.
Sure.
So it's titanium and it's Zebrawood. So what it sounds like is after this, I'm keeping the snare drum because this is my soulmate of snare drums.
They don't make this one anymore. It's not offered in the regular catalog, but someone as famous as you could possibly...
I'll have to write them a letter.
Could possibly ask
the guys in an email later.
Yeah, could possibly ask the guys at Black Swamp Dynamicx for one of these drums. You can drop my name. It might not do you any good. But hey, we know the guys.
So this is true titanium.
Yes.
So by chance, do you know the thickness of this shell?
I believe these are 1 millimeter titanium shells.
So if I look at it, that is sharp. It is definitely a beautiful, beautiful inside. And for that to be the bearing edge, that's pretty impressive.
It is very precisely made.
Yeah, and the snare drum bed, I was noticing it's perfectly set for this set of wires that they got on there.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely would not throw anything wider on there because
No.
it's not going to handle that well. But it's beautiful inside, and you can definitely tell that it's just a straight titanium with veneer on it. It's awesome. What else can you tell us about this bad boy?
So the folks at Black Swamp, these start out as a single ply of titanium, of course. They bend it into shape, and then it's laser welded.
Oh.
So when you look inside, you won't see the seams. You will not see
seamless
a seam in there, even though it is bent from one piece.
Wow.
Then the titanium gets water jet cut. I don't know enough about the mechanical process, but it is water jet cut. Some of the other instruments that they make are laser cut, but I remember the titanium is water cut. I was very fortunate to visit the factory now a couple times.
Have you really?
Yeah, I've been.
Wow.
Most of the companies
You've done some traveling.
Yes.
Wow.
Most of the companies that I support their instruments, I'm not a sponsored artist or educator, but most of the companies that I really want to work with, I've taken the time to travel to the factory or travel to the offices at the minimum.
That's pretty awesome. I've met them, encountered just at drum expos.
Sure.
And they were super, super wonderful. Great people to hang out with and meet and introduce. They'd probably have no idea who I am now, but you know, they were great to meet them when I did get to meet them at the drum expos.
Absolutely. The folks at Black Swamp Percussion, Eric Soy, Tim Church, Jamel, they've always been super, super supportive of everything that I've done.
What about these hoops?
So these hoops are segmented construction Ovencoal. It's some cousin of like Rosewoods. I'm sure all the internet sleuths could tell us a lot more about it, but it's just a very hard wood. These are finished with a darker stain. That's just the way we got them. But these hoops and these hoops are hickory, by the way. But these came from Drum Factory when Black Swamp had Drum Factory.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can see they're probably, each one is, you know, about that size, and it's just awesome. They're all just interlaced together, and they've got a really nice tight seam, of course, because they got to hold up to that, but it's...
Absolutely. And these are just, these are made the same way as like our stave shell drums. Same construction, segmented, just with these little like finger joints.
I think one of my favorite parts about like a wood hoop like this versus like a wood hoop on like my PDP kit is I like how this actually still has like a round over bearing edge basically for hoops. It's really nice.
The rim shot sound with wood hoops versus steel or any other hoop is so unique and has such a tonal character, such a complex quality to it that I've put wood hoops on most of my drums.
Oh wow. And then I bet they give off a real nice snap, crackle, and pop.
Just wait.
What about cross sticking?
You'll hear it. It's fantastic.
So
when you find your spot, like every drum has a different sweet spot for tuning and a sweet spot for cross stick. So for this one, we've got the snares running this way. So I'll just go a little bit off of that, and then like 1 inch in. Oops.
That's that stand. You're good.
Yeah. So for the cross stick, you know, I find that the sweet spot for this drum tends to be off of the snares, about 1 inch in, and then. Ooh.
Oh, that's.
I don't know if that comes across over the microphones and on camera, but that sound is so unique for snare drums, and you only get that sound with either a wood hoop or that X-Percussion rim click.
I've got one on the pork pie there.
I also have one for some of my other drums. Big shout out, Mark Chavez, X-Percussion.
Yeah, they those are super, super nice blocks that they got. And now they're doing a whole bunch of
all those crazy accessories.
Yeah, now they got into the electronic version too.
I definitely have to start expanding and into all of their products now.
Yeah, for sure. What about tune-wise? Have you noticed anything with... I've never got to play a titanium. This is the first time I've even got to hold a titanium snare drum, let alone I get to play it later, which is awesome.
Yeah.
You would think with damn near 90 snare drums, I would have a titanium in there. And I've said it, too, that I need one. Just,
definitely.
You know.
Definitely.
And I don't have one. What do you find best for like a snare drum like this?
Okay, so this particular drum I love for all of the standard rock tunes, classic rock tunes. It has a warmer metal sound that you're not going to be able to get with a wood drum because it's too warm.
Sure.
And you're not going to get it with a brass drum because it's too bright.
Yep.
So the titanium, especially with a wood veneer, kind of sits really close to the middle. Okay. Now, it's still brighter than wood, but it's still warmer than any other metal. And that makes it so much more versatile for all of my live performances. This is a drum that I like recording, but live is where it works.
And I bet this thing just cuts through.
It sings.
It's just,
yeah. Well, these two drums especially, they just absolutely sing. This one, it gives us a different versatility, but these two absolutely project.
That's awesome. So are there any other cool, neat features or anything else that you want to mention about this snare drum?
When it comes to Dynamicx, their attention to detail is always precision. And if you'll notice here, the air vent is laser cut and so unique. It's just one of their...
That's the vent?
Yes, it's just one of their fine details.
That is the coolest vent I think I've ever seen on a snare drum. It's
some of their orchestral, concert orchestral snare drums, the air vents are actually made out of wood.
That's a super, super nice little feature that most, you're just going to drill a hole, stick a chrome vent on there, and be done. No, that's
not Black Swamp.
That's water jetted through the veneer and the titanium with a design.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Another thing, too, that I really like about them is I do love that I like how their lugs are.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's a wonderful lug. It's a very classy.
It's classy,
lug.
it's strong, and it's low mass.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess if that's it, I think we should see if this thing sounds as good as it looks, and I am super excited.
Me too.
To play my first titanium snare drum.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do this. I can't even tell you how excited I am to hit this snare drum. This is my first time getting to actually check out and play a titanium snare drum, but this is a V-Tanium snare drum, which is even cooler with the Zebrawood finish on top of the titanium snare. So this is at a high tune. I'm going to do a high tune, a mid tune, and a low tune for you. In case you want to know, it does have an Evans G1 head on there. I'm using a single gel dampener, but this thing right now is at a high tune, so let's hear this out. Those rim shots feel really good with this hoop that's on there. I really like this. That's a good feel. All right, I'm excited. Here we go. It's got so much snap, crackle, and pop, I can't stop smiling. I love this thing. Oh my goodness. This is what I want in a snare drum. Everything I want. It is awesome. I don't even know if I want to change the tunings because I'm so excited about this high tune. Awesome! I'm so jealous of you, Chris. I don't even know what to tell you. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to do a 1/4 inch turn down, we'll put it into more of a mid tuning, and then we'll hit this thing again. So here we go. So I brought this down, 1/4 inch each one. Let's hear it a little bit down. Sounds really good. Go ahead. I'm going to take this down again. See if we can't get a little lower. So I brought this down another 1/4 inch turn all the way around. And let's hear how it sounds. That is different. I like that. So these wood hoops have such a different characteristic than a metal hoop, and a rim shot feels so much different, but yet you can do different sounds with your rim shots. It's just a nice feel. All right, let's see how she sounds. I don't think there's a bad tuning in this thing. Just gotta try this. I just want to see. I want to go down one more time. See how low we can get this thing. Because, well, let's see. So I took this down one more time. I'm testing out this V-Tanium snare drum. Take it down. Here we go. Love it. This snare drum is amazing in every way, shape, or form. I am so excited to have been able to play this snare drum. I want one of these in my collection. So, Dynamicx, if you're watching, give me a call, send me an email.
Hello?
We'll talk about one of these. I need it. It goes along with my arm. It's going to be a beautiful combination. But we'll do something different than Chris's so that, you know, they're not the same. So I had an awesome time doing something new and special by bringing in my buddy Chris, and I can't thank you enough for taking the time to come on out here, you know, and do this with me.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. It's been great to finally see the drum room, you know, in person and not on a computer screen. You know, fantastic experience. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure and an honor.
These three beauties, it's an honor and a privilege as a snare drum fanatic to have been able to not only just see them, touch them, but play them. And,
absolutely.
You know, things like, this is my first time ever dealing with a titanium drum, as much as I've always wanted one. And then I missed out buying one of these, and then you bring it today, which is even funnier. And then you just can't, I mean, that is just a gorgeous, gorgeous drum.
Absolutely.
And, you know, all three of these are special. And, you know, being able to talk about it, it's really awesome. So I'm going to put down a link down below for all three of these so you can check all three of these out as soon as I get them up and everything else, and hear them all and learn about all three, because they really are special.
Absolutely. The details and the design, they matter so much when it comes to the high end of drums. You know, anybody can make a round drum that sounds good.
Sure.
Anybody can do that. Lots of people do it and lots of people fail, or companies. But being able to actually design something that really expands what we can do,
Right.
and gives us more options, whether it was a need or a problem before or not, it gives us so much more for our sonic toolbox.
Oh, for sure.
That I never had when I had before these.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, I mean, these things are both function and form, and only true enthusiasts know the true meaning of those two words when it comes to these. Other people go,
It's a drum.
It's another drum. I mean,
You know,
Zach,
and-
why do you need so many?
And I get it. You know, one of my best friends, we always have the same joke. No matter how bad a drum sounds, we're like, well, it sounds like a drum. It does. It sounds like, hey, does it sound like a snare drum? True or false? Yes or no? And, you know, for the most part, sure. That doesn't mean we can't sound better.
Sure, yeah, 100%. 100%. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, or anything else, feel free, put it down below, and I'll make sure that I get you any answer that I can from this guy or from anywhere else that I need to get you an answer from, because these things are truly amazing. And again, I can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your schedule to come see me, which
Thank
you know,
you.
is awesome, and I am, you know, honored in that. And, you know, obviously, you know, I want to take an extra second to thank you again for your service.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Which, you know, is a wonderful thing. And, you know, that you're an outstanding, awesome musician.
I appreciate it.
So,
thank you so much.
no problem. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.